Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new Manu's podcast. Here is your host Manuel, and today you're not gonna see me. Why? Because I didn't want to take a recording of myself, and I just wanted to take the audio, and I'm gonna put the very nice picture as usual so that you can, do something else and listen to what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna talk about. And what is this about? Basically, I'm gonna go through some sort of topics, which can be of any sort. Sometimes I come out with the topics on the spot. Sometimes I do it. I think about it a little bit more, and then it depends really on how hard is the topic, and how complex it could be deconstructed. So today, actually, I've been thinking about it for, you could see more of a decade. But, this is one of those things that you think for yourself. And so right now so what I would like to do in these next 10 minutes, sort of compress all my experiences and give you just the summary, like what is this about? And probably, I'm not here to tell you what are the answers. I'm just gonna sit here to say opinions and spark some sort of a new ideas. And if you want, you can keep listening. Otherwise, you can just do something else. And if you listen, you can think about what I say. You can agree or disagree or not. So what's gonna be today's topic? What have been talking or thinking about for so long? And I would say that today, the topic that I want to talk about is the title is, what is confidence? So this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with as of today. And the few people that actually get to there, or at least close by, they sort of become or they feel at least accomplished in their lives. And so a lot of people, they're like, if I want to get there, I have to be like this person looks so confident, so I want to get there. And a lot of us, when we are young, we just buy the charisma, and we are like, we want to get there, but we feel like blocked. And then we sort of come out to this solution, which is, if only I were to be confident, I could just do those things and that's it. But somehow we are not really. It's like confidence is this kind of illusion that we try to reach, but you never get there. And it sort of slips away. Sometimes we feel we have it, but most of the time we don't. And that's a problem, because you always want to feel confident. You don't want to get in a situation where if one day you don't feel like everything's gonna crash down on you. So what is this about? And and so how do I get to the point? It's not easy. So I can probably start thinking about people that look like confident, and you could say and attribute different kind of things to it. It's like this word sort of seems to refer to, okay, this person is so secure about himself, is successful, he knows what he's saying, he's very assertive, like all those things. So I'm like, I should just be that. Whenever I see something, I'm right, and things will work out. The problem is that we are not always right. Sometimes we are wrong. So how do we deal with this? Can I be confident and be wrong at the same time? Like, do I look like confident if I do mistakes? So there is something in there. It's like you cannot be this perfect human being, and yet there are people who do mistakes and do appear confident. So you might be thinking, okay, so this has to be maybe related to my doubt. If I have, if it's all about talking and be, convincing people around me, I just have to say my things And if someone talks me back, I'm just gonna prove him that I'm right. So this sort of seems to be suggesting that maybe this has to be with, do I have doubts about things in general, what I'm talking about? I should know exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing is that knowledge is not, or knowledge out there is almost infinite, but we know what we can. Like, we cannot really know everything. So it's kind of natural to have doubt. It's kind of healthy to have doubts, because if we don't have doubts, it looks like that we cannot have mistakes in our lives. And somehow, if we don't have mistakes in our lives, we cannot really learn from it. So we actually don't grow. And so if it's for you, it's all about just be right, and confidence sort of transpires from the fact that whatever I do is gonna come out exactly as I want. That's kind of an illusion. It's not really that. At some point, maybe it happens for some time, but then at some point reality comes crashing and like, no, you were not really that right. And so what do you do when reality comes back in and kick you in the nuts? Do you start doubting or not? And so if you start doubting what you said, what you've done, are you still confident? And so the truth is, yeah, there are people who are confident and still, they learn from their mistakes and they still do mistakes. So is doubt part of being confident or not? No, this is something else. And actually it's healthy to have doubts of things. So why sometimes we go into an argument and then we feel like, some people are doubting us, and then we feel like attacked. We feel actually personally attacked on the thing, even though we are talking about something else. Like, we are talking about some molecules on some circuit that should behave in this way, or some code that should work in this way, because I think that if you do it, it's gonna work right. And then someone says, no, I think it would do something else, and then I feel personally attacked, like, why you don't believe me? But this has never been about you. It's something about the thing. So I think I'm getting closer to what's like confidence in something, and the fact that we cannot really deal with some situations, and in particular when we feel we are not that right. And so when this person comes in and start doubting what I'm saying, not myself, but what I'm saying, I associate it with that he's doubting about me. He's not believing what I'm saying, or things like this. And the fact that we feel that this person might be doubting of us, we don't really, we cannot really read someone else's thoughts. We can only imagine what the other person might be thinking. So if I'm thinking that the other person is thinking that I'm wrong and I shouldn't be believed, the truth is most likely that the truth is that I am the one that doesn't believe fully what I'm saying, and I actually have very similar doubts to him. So when this person, it comes to me and sort of confronts me on some discussions or some topics, and I feel like that I'm personally attacked, the truth is that it's very likely that we are actually attacking ourselves. And this feeling of, that's me, that's not the thing that we're talking about, you should just listen to what I'm saying, that is translated as not confidence, actually a lack of confidence. So I think we are getting a little bit to the point, and it's like, so what is this? The difference between doubt, someone that doubts what I'm saying, and the difference of self-doubt. So me doubting what I'm saying about myself. And usually self-doubt, it's something that we have ourselves, and that's there, let's say. It's there because of so many reasons. It comes from, in my opinion, life, how you live life, how you grew up, your life experiences, and your core memories. There is so much stuff in there that is so difficult to tell to every person what's up. Okay, I prefer the other music. So this is what I'm trying to get at. What if confidence is actually not, it's something that doesn't really exist. It's a word that we created to actually mean the lack of self-doubt. So if I'm basically not self-doubting myself, I shouldn't feel attacked by someone that is doubting what I'm saying. And then you're like, okay, so I should just believe what I'm saying. And this is something that is so difficult to achieve for many different reasons. Everyone has its own path in life where he basically sort of gets it at some point, or maybe he never gets it. Or maybe he is like halfway. And sort of reaching it just help us feeling better about ourselves. And instead being far away feels like that we are always missing something. So at this point, I might sort of talk about an experience that I had very recently. And so I'm into dancing, and I use dancing also as a way to deal with my confidence issues, or lack of confidence issues. And somehow at some point I came out with this way of dancing in which there is no one in the room, there is just me and my partner, and we are sort of trying to enjoy as much as we can. And the way that I look at it, it just things sort of work out. There are times where I still feel extremely stressed, but now it's much better. And most of the time I had to just sort of go through it and find my way or my situation where I can deal with it. And dancing was the perfect place for me somehow. And it was for me. And so I basically, very often I go in this flow state in which I basically make things happen. And there are different philosophies that you play in dancing. You can be very strict, or you can be very free and sort of let things happen. So I tend to let things happen, and then so that we both enjoy. If you're very strict, the follower is not going to enjoy that much. But, you know, moves will come out because you're just limiting what she can do and her freedom in the movements. But this is more about dancing. And so recently what happened is that I was dancing and I was doing it in my own way. And there was this girl, and we were in a lesson. They were like, okay, let's do a recording of what we have done all together. And I was like a little bit doubting, like I'm not sure if I wanted to do it or not, and I didn't know with who I wanted to do it. And the girl that it was for me was like, come on, let's do it. We know this the things, and we did it very well. And it was like, I don't know, okay, let's do it. And so she saw that I was a little bit doubting the situation. But then I did my routine, and we did also the recording. I was like, you see, look at how confident you are. I was like, and then in that moment I was like, it's not that I'm not doubting that. I felt like that I was just let things happening. I was not doubting at all that my body could do that. I was not doubting about myself, of my memory of recording things, and I just let my flow happen. And that's why I sort of diverged to this way of looking at the confidence as a way of just not self-doubt yourself. And I know that it sort of comes out from nowhere. You might like, oh no, it's way more complicated. You have to be secure about yourself, you have to be wealthy, you have to be successful, you have to be this, and you're confident. I'm like, yeah, for me it's way more simple. I think it's just You are you in this world. Things happen around you, and whatever things life throws at you, and life will throw at you everything it could possibly happen in this life, you're still gonna take it. And you, even though things are gonna make you doubt whatever you're doing, you're still gonna go through it. And that will mean that, you know, you're still gonna do it because you are not really, you're believing what you're doing, and you're not self-doubting yourself. So that's how some sort I see when I look at it. So what is confidence? In my opinion, there is no confidence. The look for confidence is a problem, because you feel like if you're looking for confidence, it means that inside you, you believe that you're lacking confidence, which is the problem in itself. The moment you are like, you let everything out go, and you just feel in the moment, there is no doubt. You just know that things are gonna come out. You have been doing it for dancing, you have been doing it for many years. You go in your flow state, no self-doubt, things happen, people perceives you, man, you're so confident, and you're like, am I? Like, I'm still not sure it's confidence, but anyway, the word, we call it in that way. But for you, doesn't matter what the word says. What matters is what you think and what works better for you. And if you think that it's you actually something that you can achieve, you go do it, prove me wrong. If you think that I might be up to something, move it forward, move my idea forward. Don't just take it. That's my way, and you know, if it works, it works. That's what really matters in the end. So if it works for me, it works for me. For you, it doesn't work for you, you go through your path. Everyone is different. So thanks so much for listening. It took me a while to get to the punchline, to the point. Try to also to put some of my own experiences, and I really hope that it helps. And see you next time. Bye.